Hello, fellow book loving friends. My name is Dee Armstrong. I'm a writer, mother of five, book lover, tea-aholic, gardening ninja, black belt, and my grandma name is Lolly. Welcome to my September author news and my writing world. I'm on writer lockdown. I know that sounds funny, but for a month, I'm away house sitting for my daughter with nothing to do but plot, write, watch my dogs, babysit my grandkitties, and connect with you. I have so much more to share with you. Grab some tea or your favorite beverage and let's sit and chat. Now, my grand adventure didn't start out so great. It was a 10-hour drive, which, okay, I have to admit, actually, I think it was 12 hours. I have to admit, I haven't driven long distances like that in a long time. But the big thing was that it started a little rocky. On the trip here, my credit card numbers were stolen, and somehow someone charged $12,000 to my credit cards, not one, but two credit cards. And I mean, what a welcoming. I thought, is this an omen for this trip? I was very worried, but that's all straightened out and I have new cards coming in the mail. Thank goodness. Now let's get to author news. My employee of the month is my planner. And this is an Erin Condren planner. Oh, I'm not so good at this. And I love it because I can take the pages in and out, which Erin Condren used to be completely bound. I print my own pages to put over top of some of them so I can track my goals. I have everything in here. I have my spill the teas in here. Awesome stickers. I mean, who doesn't love fun stickers? What we're doing each month. And so it really keeps me on track. For the last few years, I had been keeping everything in the computer and I lost the joy of checking things off. And I'm the type of person that gets real satisfaction out of accomplishing things. And so I'm glad that I went back to a planner because there's something about knowing that it's going to stick there. And I can go back to planners to when my children were born, and that where I wrote down the day, the time, when they were born, what was happening. I wrote everything in my planners, and it's like a journal of my life, of my kids' lives. And so I'm really glad that I went back to paper planning. It gives it a sense of longevity, and it allows me to just flip to a page without having to go into the computer and figure out where I kept that. And so that is why my planner is my employee of the month. Okay, don't forget in the newsletter, I'm having a romance book giveaway. I have joined with 50 other authors, and it's your chance to win an e-reader and 50 free romantic suspense books. September 22nd is the deadline. It's been extended out. So this is your last chance to enter and get your read on. Talking about free books, my Twin Springs Trilogy is free right now with your Kindle Unlimited subscription. There's only a couple months left where I'm keeping it on Kindle Unlimited. So please, if you are a Kindle Unlimited reader, please take this time to download those books and read them, because I want you to experience the Twin Springs journey. I have a rough draft sneak peek. I received emails from readers on how they love hearing my new novel first. And so let's get into this setup. This is JD and the Broken Promise. Remember, this is a rough draft. Everything can change. I'm even thinking about changing the name of this. I don't know if I want it to be JD and on each book. So everything can change. In past sneak peeks, you've learned that JD is haunted by a ghost that only she can see, hear, and smell. She's a private investigator and on her first stakeout at a diner in Rubyville, Virginia. It's after midnight, and she's there to report on the location of a bad guy who skipped bail. She calls him Godzilla Kong because of his size. While Godzilla Kong's in the bathroom, JD notices a little boy in his truck, and she knows he shouldn't be there. She tries to get him out of the truck, but he's too scared to leave. And JD knows she has to stop Godzilla Kong from leaving with the boy because Godzilla Kong is a pedophile. So she confronts him in the men's bathroom, and in the August newsletter, we left off right in the middle of their fight. And I know that was really mean, but we're not even going to conclude the fight in this newsletter. So keep coming back, guys. All right, so here we go. Godzilla Kong rushed forward, his knife slashed low to high in a move to gut JD from belly to breastbone. But JD was faster. She slid to the side and sliced his other leg. Godzilla Kong couldn't stop his momentum. He hit the wall and his knife took a chunk out of the cement block. Blood seeped down both sides of his jeans. He made an inhuman sound deep in his throat. JD leaned back against the seat. I'm sorry. JD leaned back against the sink. Does it hurt your throat to grunt like that? I hear men in the gym groan that way when they lift. I've always wondered. He switched the knife to his other hand and charged. She leapt towards the stalls and slid through the shit. But he'd learned her move. He swung wide and wild and struck her in the eye with the back of his fist. Thwack. That's one for me. The sound was nothing compared to the pain. Hot and sharp. Pain zipped straight to her brain. Fireworks exploded behind her eyes. She didn't want to admit it, but her eye socket might have crunched. She blinked back tears, forced her blurry gaze to focus. He stood in front of her, the doorless stall behind her. The disgusting smell emanated from the stall. She straddled the stinky sledge oozing its way to the drain. I'm pinned between him and a bad spot, and she didn't mean the smell. That was my move, butt munch. I don't like cows who talk. That's my guy voice, by the way. So I'm not a professional narrator, but that's my guy voice. She inched away from the stall towards the exit. You have mommy issues, don't you? My mommy knew when to keep her mouth shut. Something I'm going to teach you before this is over. I have to laugh at myself. That was so funny. Okay, I'm going to keep going. This is so weird. He blocked her path. His knife was close, too close. Yeah, right. She stepped back towards the stall. No one tells me what to do. You're a slow learner, but I've got time. His voice mocked her, but a thread of evil ran through each word. Panic pricked her nerves. Sweat seeped from her skin, and a lump of fear, thick and foul, clogged her throat. How much time had passed? Half an hour? More likely minutes. If I keep him talking, maybe the geezers will save the boy. Back up your bus. Nobody wants to get stuck in what's all over the floor. Afraid to play in the sewers? In the depths of Godzilla Kong's empty eyes, JD saw hell. You should have gotten it out of my way. Her heart beat like a drum of doom. She shifted her weight to her back foot. What? And miss kicking your ass? He jabbed with his knife, chest level. His arms were long, her legs were longer. She kicked his fist, and the knife flew from his hand and clattered against the floor. She held up 3 fingers, 3 for me. Then she lowered 2 fingers and left her middle finger standing, 1 for you. He let out a yell, King Kong loud, and came at her like a linebacker sacking the quarterback on the final 4th and 4. She struck out blindly with her knife, but the force of his charge knocked it from her grasp. His shoulder hit her in the chest, and she flew back into the open stall, landed hard against the toilet bowl with her butt on the floor and her back taking a direct hit. Her breath escaped in a low, long moan. I've heard women groan like that too. His smile was dark as his soul. The stench from the toilet made her eyes water, and she was covered in crap. JD scrambled to her feet. Her boot slipped. She slapped her palms on the stall walls and braced herself. She was in deep, deep shit. Her knife had landed on the other side of the room. She'd violated survival rule number 4. Never lose your weapon. That's 2. Ready for 3? JD listened. The only sound was their breathing. No shouts from the geezers, no sirens, no help. To be continued in October's newsletter. Guys, I have to apologize. I try to read that the best I can, and I know I make mistakes, but in my mind, it's going, man, should I move that word? I don't know if I like that word there, and I can't shut off my mind while I'm reading it. And so I don't know, maybe the author isn't the best person to read these. That's why you hire professional narrators. But anyways, let's talk about Spill the Tea with Dee book chat. In August, we spilled on Coming Home by Marianne Jordan. Our winner was Sue H., and she won a signed copy of Coming Home, that's signed by Marianne Jordan, and a signed copy of Visions of Emerald, signed by me. I want to thank Sue for watching, and everyone else. I really appreciate it when you guys watch Spill the Tea. It's so much fun, and I appreciate you taking time out on a Saturday. Now, September 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're spilling on Wild Rain by USA Today best-selling author Beverly Jenkins, the second book in Beverly's Women Who Dare series. It follows a female rancher in Wyoming after the Civil War. Watch live by joining my Facebook group, Dee Armstrong's Book Loving Friends. Well, that's it for me, Dee, and my September author news. I hope you enjoyed something in this author news. Thank you for being a book loving friend. I love sharing with you, wishing you health and happiness and happy reading. As always, you'll find me writing on the porch. Hugs. Bye for now.